Joining us now is CBS News national security contributor Aaron MacLaean. Aaron, thank you for your time today. So during remarks before the closed-door meeting, President Xi referenced something called the Thucydides trap. Can you explain what that is and why it's relevant here?
Yeah, I'm happy to. It's an obscure reference to a political science theory developed by a Harvard scholar named Graham Allison, but it's actually really important that we reflect on it because, frankly, it's a very aggressive statement for Xi Jinping to make, and it's not the first time he'd made reference to this theory. What the theory suggests is when a rising power, in this case China, challenges the status of the established power, in this case the United States, war is almost inevitable. And Allison does a sort of historical series of case studies to, in his view, demonstrate this. He then goes on to suggest that the best way, essentially, to avoid war is for the established power to make accommodations for the rising power. So for Xi to say this, he's basically saying war could be the outcome of China's rise. In America, if you want to avoid war, you got to move over and let us essentially surpass you.
Wow. Aaron, I also want to ask you about this because Matt Pottinger, a deputy security advisor during the first Trump administration, spoke to our Anna Schechter just this week and said the fact that this meeting is happening at all is the main deliverable. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, Matt Pottinger is a very smart guy, and I actually do agree with him. I mean, of course, from the American perspective, I think that's a pretty low bar. There are all sorts of things that we could get out of policy changes on the part of China. China does not seem to me to be on the verge of making any big policy changes. Our readout from the meeting said that China agrees with us in principle, for example, that the Strait of Hormuz should be reopened, it shouldn't be militarized, there should be no tolls. That's all fine if, in fact, that's what Xi Jinping said, though his readout didn't point out that right. The word Iran doesn't appear in his readout. And absent actual actions, there's nothing really to see there. There's a big gap between just rhetoric and action. So the meeting itself has been accomplished, and I think it's probably fair that that was the objective of the administration.
Okay, we'll see what comes next. Aaron MacLaean, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.